Hello traders, Day Trader Matt here, EminiTradingPit.com, and I wanted to bring to you an analysis of the S&P. And I'm thinking about expanding this to other E-mini markets, but the focus will still be on the S&P as far as the trading room is concerned. So let me know your thoughts on that. So I was on vacation last week, first vacation I took in a few years, which was a ton of fun. And now getting back to the markets, I'm a little bit behind on getting content out. I was kind of behind already. But anyway, this is what I was looking at. So the last analysis, I had these two lines on the chart. I was looking for support at any of these lines, or at least holding. You can see price did come down and bounce there. Then it came down again and had another little bounce. It resisted on this one, and then it did make another low. Then it came up and found resistance again, and then made another little low. So at the moment, I'm thinking that this is going to be support, but how long does it hold is the real question. So now that it's pushed up, it looks really good. The move looks good. I would expect it to hold whenever it comes back down. I would say anywhere between 38.75 to 3900. I would look for it to hold that zone and then push up again. And then what that looks like, we can get a feel for what is happening. So is this going to be ultimate support from this corrective structure right here? Or is this going to be something that's going to take as much, is it something that's going to come up and then find resistance again and then come down one more time? So that's kind of what I'm looking at the moment. What exactly does this structure do? Because right now this structure coming down, coming up, coming down looks very, very good. And I'm actually calling this entire structure corrective. I know some people were looking at this as a bullish move, but this whole thing I'm looking at as corrective. And right now this does look like support. And the real question is, whenever it comes down, is it going to push up here and find resistance, or is this a move that's going to be able to keep going? So that's really what I'm looking at, as that this being a zone that can be bought up, and the only invalidation would be a break of this low. A break of this low would definitely invalidate that trade, but if it breaks 38.75, it's a little suspect. So that's the way I'm viewing it. So that's your zone. If it breaks that, it is close to a low, I think. But if it's going to get very weak, we do have some things to look at. So I'm going to look at that really quickly. If it's going to get very, very weak, so let's say it supports here, comes up one more time, and then it starts to sell off again. Okay. Well, what is that going to look like? Well, a break of 3,700 would be a little suspect for sure, as far as this being a corrective structure. And then if it came down below that 3,500 level, then okay, well, we have a lot further down to go. So that would be that signal. 3,700 would definitely be a little suspect, and then break of 3,500 from there would also, kind of give me a clue that, okay, well, something else is happening. At the moment, this looks very corrective to me. I know some people are calling other things, and, that's the thing with the markets, is everything's subjective. I had a conversation with somebody the other day that says, oh, you can't predict the markets. They're unpredictable. And that's how a lot of people feel. But they are predictable. You can see that I put this in. It did support. It did break it eventually, but I mean, that was a nice trade. Then it came down. It did support again. That's a nice trade. Then it broke it. Then it found that resistance. So sometimes the markets are predictable in a way that initially you didn't really see coming, like that resistance, for example. And sometimes they are predictable in ways where you can see. So like price came down here, bought off it, and moved up very, very nicely. This line here was supported here. It did break it here. And then you did have that resistance there. So you can see sometimes they're very predictable, other times not so much. But anyway, not to make this video too long, keep an eye on this area right here, 3875, 3900. Whenever it comes back down, it should find that support and push up again. If it breaks this low, then something else is happening. So if it from here, if it just comes straight down, that would be a little weird. But I would expect it to do something else up here. So chop around, maybe move up a little more, break this high, just to make the pattern look a little different. So that's what I'm looking at right now. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Throw a like if you enjoyed it, dislike if you didn't. If you have any suggestions, feedback, something else you'd want to see, throw that in the comment section below. So with that, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you around the markets. Take care.